Hello everyone, welcome to our weekly outlook. So we're going to start with DXY as usual. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to this channel. So let's start with the DXY, and of course DXY this week you can see we had a bullish weekly candle, and we are still looking at this inversion fair value gap. This is a monthly inversion fair value gap as potential place that this DXY could be headed to. So let's look at the daily. So the daily, here we are. This was our weekly order block. You can see that's where price is. Then we had this fair value gap, which was completely inverted. So I'm looking at this buy side liquidity, which is also inside this inversion fair value gap, as the potential place that the DXY could get to. But again, I will tell you guys to still be cautious because anything is possible. As long as price is between this high and this low, as far as we are concerned, this is still a retracement. And price can decide to continue going lower at any point, and there's nothing that anyone can do. It can still get here and this can still be considered a retracement and you continue going lower. So anything is possible. That is not really a guarantee. But if I'm just to follow what the market is giving me right now and what the market is showing me, this buy side liquidity is a potential, which is also inside our inversion fair value gap. So also here on the weekly, actually, there's something else I want you to see. We have a fair value gap. This is the weekly fair value gap together with the volume imbalance. That gap between the open of the candles, that's the volume imbalance. So I'm expecting that if we are going to go bullish, it would be really nice if we see price retrace to this fair value gap, act as support before we continue going higher. And of course, our final target is here. But if you're going higher, my first target, first of all, is this high here, this buy side liquidity. Before we proceed, guys, starting August 12th, I have classes for intermediate and advanced traders. So if you want to learn ICT, how I approach the market, how I'm able to identify these key levels, liquidities, buyers, everything that is ICT and more intermediate and advanced. So let's have a look at USDJPY. Remember USDJPY and DXY, they are positively correlated because it's a USD pair. So we have this order block on the weekly, and we also have this fair value gap here. So if DXY retraces to that weekly fair value gap, I also want to see, it would be nice if USDJPY we retrace before we continue higher. And I'm looking at this buy side liquidity as the first target. So let's move to the daily, and daily, okay, we don't have any key levels here that we can work with. So we just still have this. This is literally what the price will work it, unless Monday comes, forms a high, and then makes this an order block. But for now, this is what we have, and this is what you're going to work with. So USDCAD is positively correlated with DXY. Let's have a look at it. We have this order block created by price, and then we also have this volume. That is a volume imbalance, that gap. So weekly, what I see is price might retrace here before we continue with the bullish move up. However, if we violate it, then that would mean that the bulls are not as strong as we are anticipating them to be. So on the daily, again, we can clearly see this is that weekly volume imbalance and the order block. So yeah, that is still what I see. So let's look at GBPUSD. GBPUSD, if you remember last week, we were looking at this monthly order block as our first target, and you can see price has already gotten to our first target. So if this price is willing to continue going lower, the next target is this monthly fair value gap. So the weekly, this is what we have, and you can see we have created a fair value gap here on the weekly. The same way DXY will also have a fair value gap. So if DXY retraces to the fair value gap below it, also GBPUSD, we might also have that. And maybe price might also retrace to that fair value gap before we continue with the move lower. So I'm watching that, or it might fail to. Let's say if the daily we have any other key levels. So let's move to the daily. So on the daily, you can see, yeah, We do have this fair value gap, although this one was tagged by price. And where we have our weekly fair value gap, we also have a fair value gap. So there's a chance that price might retrace to this weekly, fair value gap, and then we continue going lower. And if that happens, then the DXY, I'm also anticipating that price might also retrace to that weekly fair value gap. So Euro USD, let's have a look at Euro USD. If you look at the weekly, we have this volume imbalance here left by price. So are we likely to see this? We might retrace to this volume imbalance before we continue going lower. However, if we violate it, that means the same way with also DXY and GBPUSD. If we violate those weekly key levels, you know what that means. We reevaluate. But for now, this is what I see on the weekly, and these as potential target. So let's move to the daily and see. Yeah, you can see that weekly is here. So far, that's all. That's still what I see. So let's look at JPY pairs, and this is the yarn basket. And so far, we have this fair value gap on the weekly, and we still have this low as a potential place that price is drawn to. So this is my draw of liquidity for this yen basket. So we have this low, and maybe finally price will get to this low. And then if you look here, we also have this low that price has already taken. And you can see we had like a body close below it, which is a good thing. Can have this, and then price continue goes lower. That's all I see on the weekly. So on the daily, once more, we don't have any key levels here on the daily. So this weekly key level is still the only level that we have, unless of course Monday comes, we close below this, creating an order block. Now maybe that order block can be used to push price further lower. So let's have a look at CADJPY, and CADJPY, you can see we had this bullish move. So on this weekly here, I see this fair value gap. That's all you see, this tiny fair value gap. And also we have this order block here. So if the yen basket retraces to the fair value gap on the weekly, it will be nice also if we see this retracement either here and we continue going higher, or we get to this order block, because we still have these buy side liquidities here. We still have a lot of buy side that price can go for. So on the daily, we don't have any key level that we can work with. Yeah, so this weekly fair value gap is the only key level that we have so far. So AUDJPY, this is the weekly. We have this fair value gap. So we might retrace to this fair value gap before we continue with the bullish move, because we still have so much buy side liquidities that price might likely be drawn to. So far that's all I see. So let's have a look at GBPJPY, and GBPJPY, as much as we've been bullish and expecting bullish moves, I want you to see this. We've already taken out this buy side liquidity. So right now where price is, and we just wicked, we did not even get candle body close above it. So, and you can see we've been really bullish for all this time. So at this point, I feel like this price is really at a premium to continue buying. And it would be nice actually if we can get a retracement before this price, before we continue going higher. So here we have this weekly order block. So on the daily, this is what we have. Honestly, I don't see anything unless I'll have to wait for the week to start, maybe Monday, and then maybe price might give us more data. But I won't be surprised, just continue consolidating before we continue the bullish move, because already we have taken out these highs. Yeah, but if price gives me any reason to continue going higher, maybe we get a candle body close above here, yeah, and maybe some fair value gaps, then we can of course take advantage of that, and of that bullish move. So gold, we have been really in a consolidation. This is choppy price action. So I'm sure if you've been trading gold, you should just be scalping. Just if you get a setup, take small targets and be out of this market, because this is very bad market. This is the daily. At least the 4 hour is a bit more clearer. So on the 4 hour, if this market is bullish, then you can see we have tagged this fair value gap. It would be nice if I see we get a bullish candle close above these highs here and form an order block. If that happens, then maybe you can consider bullish moves for gold to these buy side liquidities here. I'm not targeting so much or this high here, this buy side liquidity here, because gold we are still really in a consolidation. But yeah, if we get that, maybe we might get bullish moves. That is the only way I see bullish moves in gold. Then if we violate this, then we might get bearish moves to these sell side liquidities down here. So let's have a look at NAS 100. NAS 100 has been at all-time highs, and when we're at all-time highs, we just do what the market is doing. And at this moment, we have this fair value gap here. So we are likely to, if this market is to continue going bullish, then I see these as the potential place price could get support to continue going higher. So that is all I say for the week, guys. Just remember it is to follow what the market is doing. If your key levels are violated, you need to reevaluate your analysis once more. Just to look at the economic calendar, and you can see on Sunday we have a JPY news, so the market opens on Sunday. So we might see something with JPY pairs when the market opens. Also Monday, so JPY and NZD when the market opens on Monday. Most likely we might see some reactions because they have high impact news. You can see for USD the first news we have on Thursday. On Thursday and Friday is GBP news. And remember, guys, when we were starting the month of July, I told you guys July it's a bit slow for major pairs. And also you can see we don't have a lot of economic activity. You can see now like the whole week you only have Thursday is the only day we have a USD news. Friday we don't even have a USD news. So you're trading major pairs and it's your first time trading, I really recommend reduce your size so that you don't find yourself in the chop